Ancient Mysteries of West Virginia of the United States. Did ancient Celts visit North America where they left an augment inscribed bone needle with Christian symbols? As we continued to explore ancient mysteries of North America, we came across a very puzzling discovery made in a cave in West Virginia. It's a controversial, very intriguing find, and it could rewrite history of North America as we know it. Who were the mysterious petroglyph people who left behind a puzzling artifact inscribed in Ogham and covered with Christian symbols? Did the ancient unearthed skeleton belong to an unknown European explorer who reached America 800 years before Columbus? Well, we do know that Saint Brendan and his entourage of monks from Ireland did come in the 5th, 6th century AD to North America. He brought Christianity with him. And perhaps that also explains why when Europeans landed on the east coast of North America and the United States, they found natives there already living there who spoke English. Now, is there an ancient connection between Ireland and West Virginia we still know nothing about? And a few days ago I did post a video of Saint Brendan, the navigator. Okay, he's one of the first Christian saints of the new land. Controversial discovery in a cave in West Virginia. Our quest for truth takes us back to the year 1989 when the archaeologist Robert Pyle discovered remains of a human skeleton in a rock shelter at the Cook Petroglyph site in Wyoming County, West Virginia. Pyle, who had been exploring the mountains of southern part of the state studying petroglyphs, became intrigued with the discovery of this ancient unknown man and wanted to learn more about him. Pyle had previously found Ogham petroglyphs on an ancient bone needle not far from the site, started to wonder if there was any connection between the two discoveries. Examination of the bone needle revealed the artifact was etched with Ogham, an ancient Irish alphabet. We know St. Brendan, of course, was from Ireland. The bone was very old. Scientists dated it to 2300 BC, so it's way before St. Brendan the navigator came to the new land, North America. But the markings on the needle were created sometime in the 5th, 6th century. That's exactly the time St. Brendan the navigator and his entourage of Christian monks and people to set up a colony there went to North America. Pyle suspected that the bone needle had been left by ancient Celts from Ireland, but as we all know, to suspect one thing is easy, but to prove it is much more difficult. Pyle decided to travel to Ireland. Perhaps the answers to this question could be found in the Emerald Island, the poetic name for Ireland, of course, due to its beautiful green countryside. In Ireland, Pyle studied several Ogham artifacts with the guidance of Irish experts, and then he returned to West Virginia to continue his excavations. The bone needle created a controversy among scientists, and many had doubts about the artifact, that the artifact was even genuine. The bone needle was a genuine Ogham artifact, experts said. The artifact was examined by several experts who made plenty of analyses, and after an extensive amount of study, a conclusion was reached. The bone needle was etched in Ogham, an old world script. Experts in Ogham from Ireland and the University of Maryland stated the artifact was genuine. According to Dr. William Grant, Edinburgh University, Scotland, and Dr. John Grant, Oakland, Maryland, both Celtic linguistic scholars who participated in Pyle's Ogham research in southern West Virginia, there was no doubt that the artifact was authentic, archaic Ogham. Nevertheless, many other scholars were not impressed and most simply laughed it off or ignored the controversial artifact, pretending it never existed. The negative attitude did not discourage the archaeologist Pyle. Instead, he became more and more determined to unravel the mystery of the ancient skeleton unearthed in the cave and establish the man's origin. Pyle continued to study the site and look for clues. Somewhere there must be something that could help him find out what really happened in West Virginia all those years ago. Did ancient Celts from Ireland visit West Virginia? Well, I've already told you. St. Brendan the Navigator from Ireland, 6th century AD. Pyle was convinced the unearthed ancient skull discovered in 1989 was of an adult male. According to Pyle, it was sufficiently preserved to recognize a unique brachycephalic round-headed feature indicating a possible European origin. Based on the archaeologist experts' experience, the condition of the remains indicate great age. Of course, Pyle knew he could not prove anything without laboratory tests. Isn't this interesting? In 2000, the year 2000, Pyle funding became finally available from private source, and Pyle could find out if his theory was valid. The ancient skull from the cave in West Virginia was examined by experts. Mitochondrial DNA was extracted from the roots of the teeth and compared to previously catalogued DNA sequences from ethnic groups around the world. Radiocarbon dating concluded on a sample from the established the age of the remains at 1,292 years plus or minus 40 years. So that gives us about the year 710 plus or minus 40 years AD. And these combined scientific data from DNA and C14 carbon-14 testing established the presence of a person of European origin in southern West Virginia around the year 710 AD, the earliest date that a European has been positively identified in the North American continent through scientific data. There have been numerous theories and extensive controversy for the past 2 centuries about pre-Columbian, that is before Christopher Columbus, visitors to this continent, but no suitable remains have been discovered and available for testing with any conclusive results until now, Pyle said. The closest DNA were, as Pyle suspected, of European origin, but was the man who died in the cave an ancient Celt? The question remains unanswered. We already know that Columbus was not the first to discover America. In 2016, archaeologists discovered a second Viking site ever found in North America. It's a truly significant historical find that offers tantalizing evidence of a Viking presence 300 miles from the only place in Canada they'd ever been seen before. According to scientists examining the area, Point Rose, the ancient site, can be traced to the Vikings. It was not established by the Vikings. If it was not established by Vikings, then we're seeing ancient remains of an entirely new culture. There's also a controversial theory suggesting that ancient Chinese visited North America 2,500 years ago. Evidence of ancient Celtic activity has not yet been confirmed by scientists, but there are many puzzling archaeological discoveries that indicate Celts did reach North America and even Canada. There are those who believe the Peterborough petroglyphs could offer evidence ancient Celts visited Canada 2,000 years ago. New Hampshire Mystery Hills, also known as America's Stonehenge, has puzzled scientists for centuries. The stones and inscriptions discovered at this location offer evidence clearly showing that Columbus was not the first person to reach the New World. It was America's Stonehenge, perhaps built by ancient Celts. Evidence suggests that North America was colonized long before the birth of Christ. Did any advanced civilization arrive on American shores thousands of years ago? Who were they? Where did they come from? This is by Ellen Lloyd, Message to Eagle. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.